Hey everybody, it's Deanna with toolsofenergyprotection.com, your energy shift expert, and it is April the 14th, 2020. Can you believe it? And we are still in quarantine from the coronavirus. So I'm here at my home office in Loveland, Colorado, and I'd like to talk to you tonight about what's going on. So I'm going to wait just a little bit for everybody to get on. Looks like I have a couple people coming on live, and glad to have you tonight. But anyway, I'm wanting to know if any of you during this time are having days where some days you're really super up and you feel great and you feel fantastic and you start to have hope and you think, wow, I'm going to make it. And then you have the next day where it's hard for you to even get out of bed. And you wonder what you're going to do, or you're feeling a little wiggy, as I like to call it. These are all totally and completely normal things that are happening right now to a lot of people, both highly sensitive people and those that really don't know yet that they are highly sensitive people. So, what's going on is that the electromagnetic frequency on this planet is going crazy. So this is normal based on where our planet is lined up to. And there's quite a few people that don't understand all of what I'm talking about, so I'm going to make it as simple as I possibly can. What is happening is that if you look at our universe, my understanding is our universe goes in a figure 8. And my understanding is once you get in the center or the crosshairs of that figure 8, that lines up our universe to the center. The universe, from what I'm understanding from space pictures, looks like an octopus with like 4 little arms coming out. And it turns around, but as it's turning around, it goes on a figure 8 pattern. So right now, what I'm understanding is the crosshairs of the figure 8 is a total and complete alignment to the center of the universe, to the center of the galaxy, to our planet. And what that means is that high amounts of frequency waves, or if you can think of it, a lot of music, very pretty music, is pointed right at the earth. And the earth has its own heartbeat. It has its own frequency. And so in that, what's happening is the heartbeat of our planet is usually boom, 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 and we're all good. But right now, what's happening when I looked at the frequency today is there's a lot of colors, blues and greens, those of you that's seen it on here, and then it just goes white because the frequency is so high it can't even register on Schumann's resonant frequency. And then it kind of goes back to a few colors and then it goes white again. And that's a daily occurrence right now. Last week, it was pretty much every other hour. And so that's why we're feeling it, because our bodies are magnetic and electric. When people have heart attacks in the old days, they used to put these two things together and rub them and put them on somebody and go clear, and they'd shock them, try to get their heart started again. That's because we're electric. So all of these things are affecting us right now. They're affecting our brains, they're affecting our bodies, they're affecting our emotions. And that's only one aspect of what's happening in this world. So if you're having trouble if you're having trouble going to sleep at night, can I get some thumbs up so I can see how many of you I'm talking to? If you're having trouble just getting to bed at night, okay, looks like none of you. If you're having strange dreams at night, if you're really having strange dreams, then I'd like for you to give me some thumbs up on the strange dreams so I know what areas to cover tonight. Okay, so strange dreams. And then, I'm trying to find where we are here. Okay. And then, are you feeling exhausted? Oh, good. People are having strange dreams. Yay! Good. Now I know we're cooking with gas. And if you don't already, oh, good. Lots of thumbs up. Trouble sleeping. Okay, good. if you don't already have handy pen and paper, I'm going to do a little teaching tonight. I'm going to give you some help tonight because my intention here on this web page with my name on it is to help as many people as I can with understanding what's happening. But I also have a page called Sensitive or The Sensitive Fight Club. And that one, I started writing out a lot of material today that I'm going to be sharing there with the people that choose to join us there, because it's for highly sensitive people, people that think they might be spiritually gifted. You're welcome to join the group. Just click on that you'd like to join. And as fast as I can get to it, I'll let you in the group. Please do answer the questions because it helps me know what to target to everybody that's in there. You know, I want to talk about things people want to hear about. So there's that word one again. I desire. I've been getting tired. Anyway, so if you were dreaming really bizarre dreams, if you can't seem to get to sleep, or if you wake up exhausted, then I'd like for you to get some pen and paper because I'm going to give you some very real, tangible 3D world. This is the 3D world things that you can do to help you. And so that's what I'm coming on for tonight, is to be of service to more people because I know this is a tough time and I know people are looking for answers. So my desired outcome is that you'll get some answers here tonight. You'll get some tangible steps and that you can pass these things on to other people. You can click share on the video if you like. So I'm always attempting to stay on the leading edge. And let me tell you, it has not been easy to stay on the leading edge since about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And the coronavirus is only one aspect of what's going on this crazy planet, right? All right, so you've got your pen and paper. So the first thing I'd like for you to do is to write on your paper, make a daily schedule. And a lot of you are like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. I've tried to do that in the past, I'm wigging out, okay? Let's talk real for a minute, people. Before the coronavirus hit, before you were asked to stay home or quarantine if you don't have one of those jobs where, you know, you're considered very highly needed, how many of you had a schedule? Your alarm clock went off at a certain time, you got up at a certain time, you ate, hopefully, or had a power breakfast of coffee, you know, got on the road, went to work, did your job, maybe went to lunch and did some more of your work. Then you went home. Maybe you helped your kids with homework. Maybe you just put your feet up and watched something on TV. Maybe you went to a sporting event. I know I used to and I loved it. Maybe you went to a movie or out to dinner or something, and now you can't do those things anymore, right? You're being told, no, stay home. All right, great. So now what do? That is a mind screw, ladies and gentlemen. That is a psychological mind screw. Yes, I understand the importance of social distancing. Yes, I understand staying at home. I'm at home. This is not my regular studio, and I get it. And I'm okay with that. But what I'm saying is it screws with your mind. Psychologically, it's driving people nuts. And so what I'm here to do today is to be of service to you because God, Spirit Source, the boss, told me that I needed to share certain things tonight on this video. So I'm going to be sharing things with you that I wouldn't normally share because the desired outcome is that they're going to help you. And you know that from my heart, I love each and every one of you. We all have issues. We all have challenges. We all have problems. And some of us have demons. Okay, that was supposed to be funny. It's, what, Tuesday night? Oh, gosh, that was a Monday joke on a Tuesday. Sorry. I'm losing it, people. Anyway, so below where you've written, make a schedule. If that doesn't resonate for you, if that doesn't work for you, if you don't like making a schedule, it's too scary or it's not comfortable, then below that, I'd like you to write, have a daily mission. Have a daily mission. Because that might be what gets you out of bed in the morning. All right, people, now I'm going to be real. Now, you, those of you who've been watching me for a while, hi, Anna. Those of you who've been watching me for a while, you're so lovely. You tell me I have such beautiful hair, and I love you, and I appreciate it. But as time goes on, y'all are going to find out that I may not currently be a true blonde. I used to be when I was little, but anyway. You get older, your hair color changes. Anyway. Okay, I heard a few of you laughing at that one, so good. All right. So, daily mission. My daughter is no longer attending a public school because they told the kids to go home. One of my clients called today and she said her son is home from college. And how sad is that? 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, who don't know any different, and they're growing up and they're looking at this world and they're like, what the schmeg, right? And they're depressed. And some of us older dogs have been around for a while. We're like, oh yeah, this is the next wave. This is the next bump. But if you have kids or grandkids, I want you to really think about that. God bless every one of you moms that I have seen either on Facebook or I have spoken with who are home with their younger children, anywhere from newborn all the way up to 10 years old, and they're making every day an exciting day for their kids. They have an art project. They have homework. They have something. And God bless every one of you because that job is not easy. If you're a woman on here and you've had kids and you know how tough it is, can I get a thumbs up or an amen? Because I would like for the ladies that are watching later to all realize and understand how important and vital their job is right now. And I'd like for them to feel appreciated because being a stay-at-home mom is not easy. Been there, done that. That's a total and complete change in your schedule. When you go from working to all of a sudden, you're working. I was in charge of people. I had people reporting to me. I was doing top level executive work. And the next thing, I'm at home. Thank you. Oh, look, some ladies are relating. And, oh, woohoo, right? Got some ladies relating. And so I went from being in charge and being able to tell people what to do. Oh, good, I got an amen. I got another amen. To suddenly being at home with nobody to download to. Not a single solitary soul. Nobody. So I had to do it all. I had to take care of my newborn baby, which I loved and was great and was a fantastic experience. But I was also expected to clean the house, do the dishes, go shopping, and stay mentally sane. And I'm going to tell you like it is. It didn't happen like that, people. For those of you that are watching this and you're teenage girls and you're in love with your boyfriend and you watch Maury Povich and you think, oh, this is great. I'm going to have a baby and he'll love me. It's a lot of work. And you got to be ready. So now imagine that. And trust me, I would never, ever, ever give up having had my beautiful girl. Ever. But it's tough. Okay? So we're going to move on from that. So now, if you compound hearing... Sorry, all right, somebody's text will get on with it. If you compound having to care for your child as a stay-at-home mom, no matter how old your children are, and you combine that with having to work from home. There's several people I talk to that are agents that you call that are beautiful ladies and you hear their kids in the background. So now your attention is split between the two. Work, kid, and it's enough to drive you nuts. Been there, done that. Doing it now. But what I'm getting to the bottom of is that our schedules have been disrupted. And these are tough things for us to face. And I don't mean to belabor the point, but I know there's a lot of women out there that are watching me that are going through this. And I wanted you to hear it. My desired outcome was that you hear it and you know that you're loved and supported and it's not easy and we're going to get through this. And if you need to, you can reach out to me. Okay? I'm here for you. So, men. Let's look at the men for a minute. Guys used to go into work, earning a lot of money, feeling good, coming home, and relaxing. And now they're being asked to stay home, sometimes working from home. And some of you, I was talking to somebody today that her husband has to use the bedroom as their office because there's nowhere else for him to do it right at the moment. And how difficult is that? That's mentally hard as well because you're telling yourself, I need to work, I need to sleep, I need to work, I need to sleep. That's hard. And the men, that don't have jobs right now, and they're really worried about what's going to happen to their families. So there's a lot of mental and emotional stuff going on. And that is reason number one that people aren't sleeping. It's a lot of stress. So that's why I'm telling you to write on your list, make a schedule. If you can't make a schedule and it's too much for you, which it might be at this point, I'd like for you to write, create a daily mission. You've got to have a mission. Thank you, Anna. She says, I love and support you too. Thank you. And we will get to the ringing in the ears, and we'll get to the trouble sleeping, exhaustion stuff. So don't worry. I have several points to make today. So I'd like for you to create a daily mission. So my daughter now has a daily mission. She has several of them. And so one of the tools that I found really effective, if you're having a lot of trouble right now with everybody being at home, it's time to draw safe boundaries. And there is a book called Boundaries for Kids. Boundaries for Kids, and the author's last name is Townsend. It's Townsend and Clouds. So get yourself a copy of that book. You can do the PDF. You don't have to wait for it in the mail. And read it. Oh, I got some hearts on that one. Thank you. And that will begin to tell you how to draw safe boundaries so you can get some time that you need to work, or you and your spouse can split the child time. I had some people complaining about how they had to work and their husband had to work and there was nobody to watch the kids. It's a balancing act. I get that. So I won't belabor that anymore, but that is one of the reasons people are having trouble sleeping. And the desired outcome was to give you some real tangible tools that you can use in your everyday life right now. So number one, create a mission. Number two, read the book about boundaries. There's Boundaries for Kids. It's the easiest one to read and it's the most relatable. But there's other ones out there, Boundaries for Dating, Marriage, a whole bunch of other stuff. All right. If you're hearing the high-pitched whine in your ears, just a second here. We'll talk about dreams too. Please don't go away. All right, let's see who we have here. Okay. It looks like Bradley says he's been hearing the high-pitched whine in his ears for months. Okay. Yay, Bradley! You are on it. Okay. So there is a frequency. Remember I was talking about frequency or a tune or tone earlier. And there's a very high-pitched frequency that like dogs normally would hear. And that high-pitched frequency is part of the higher level consciousness. So God, Spirit, or Source has a frequency, and He sends that frequency out to us. And those of us that are ascending or awakening, those are two terms you'll hear a lot, we hear that attunement or that atonement. If you want to go to the Bible, look up atonement or attunement. It's in the Old Testament. And people, I think it's some of the Catholic religion, I think they're having Lent right now where you give something up, to be closer to God, Spirit, or Source. Those are all similar things because you're attuning or atoning yourself to God. If you tune up a piano, what do? You make the keys so they sound right. That's a frequency. So this high-pitched whine that you're hearing in your ears is a literal attunement. Your frequency is being heightened. And if you have that high-pitched whine in your ears, I want you to think about being a little ant with the little antennae on top of your head. And you've seen the little ants go up to each other and they do this with their little antennae and kind of check out who each other is and then they go away. Those little beings, I'm getting a higher pitched whine in my ear, which means I'm getting a message from the boss. That high-pitched whine is a frequency that we'd like to call the God tone. The God tone. You can look that up if you like. But it is a frequency that is being put out right now to call people that are spiritually gifted or highly sensitive to arms. It's time to go to arms. That means, oops, looks like somebody dropped off, not for them. Sorry. But what that means is that we're being called to be the white blood cells of this planet. And if you go back and watch any of my videos, either here or on YouTube, you're going to see I've been talking about this for almost a year and months. And this is the time. So if you don't have a good spiritual practice, you're going to end up depressed. You're going to end up having a lot of anxiety. You're going to end up not sleeping well. You're going to end up having weird dreams that you can't interpret. Truth bomb. So that high-pitched whine is called the God tone. Bradley, if you can give me a thumbs up and let me know that you're on board with that. And I realize I'm not being succinct tonight. I'm sorry. I'm just really tired. I had a big couple of days, so I apologize for that. Thank you, Bradley, for not being succinct. So, another tool besides having a mission, have a daily mission, whatever that mission is. For my daughter, it's do so many hours of homework, and we do like 30 minutes of homework, and then we play for 30 minutes, and then we have 30 minutes of homework, and we play for 30 minutes, whatever your schedule works out to be. But having those missions every day is a lot better than saying having a schedule to a child and sometimes to me, because I don't like having a schedule. I'm more of a free spirit. But if I have a mission, then I know what I'm doing. Oh, Anna says, you have been sharing the message of being prepared. Yep. I'm like, this is go time, people. I remember that. So thank you, Anna. In that, my hair is all wiggy. Oh, well. I guess that's where we are in time and space. So, Bradley and others like you, if you're hearing that high-pitched whine and you have for a while and you're having lucid dreaming, more than likely, the lucid dreaming is because you're working at a higher level of consciousness. We have a physical body, but we also have a spiritual body that connects to God, Spirit, or Source. So when you are in utero, you have a physical body that starts with an egg and a sperm. But you also have a spirit body that connects to that embryo. So you are both spirit and a physical body. And if God, Spirit, or Source put gifts in you, gave you a mission on this planet, that time is now. And so if you aren't physically doing what needs to be done in your life to get to where you need to be the light, to be the healer, to be whoever it is that God intended you to be, then you're working on a higher level of consciousness. And that's the reason for the lucid dreaming. Because at that level, you're working out things that need to be worked out in order for you to be the person you need to be in this life and to ascend. And right now, the water's not boiling yet, but it's getting hot. And if any of you are watching and you're not taking this time seriously to study, to grow closer to God's Spirit or Source, or find out what your spiritual gift is, or why you can't sleep, or why you have prophetic dreams, then you're not answering the call. And the Bible says, be you hot, which is excited, or cold, which you don't care, or I'm going to spew you out of my mouth. So good luck if you get spewed, because it ain't pretty. Sorry. Truth bomb. Anyway. I promised tonight to talk again about the strange dreams. So please understand that the strange dreams have several aspects. One of them is you are working things out on a spiritual level because you are a greater being than you can imagine. You are more than your physical self here connecting with me on Facebook. You're also a spirit self, and there is a huge spiritual battle going on this planet right over your very head every single day. And that battle and that war is for your very soul. No joke. And that's why we're having the dreams. So if you can imagine, yourself like up here when your physical body is sleeping, duking it out, for your own self. And yes, your angels protect you. And yes, God's Spirit or Source will protect you. But sometimes you got to go through a little fire like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to know that you're loved and protected. So that's what's going on in one aspect. In another aspect, oh, Carolyn, thank you. She says, thank you with much love and gratitude. Carolyn, thank you for taking the time to write that out. Big hug. Yeah, it's not an easy time, but I'm trying to laugh. Okay, So, another thing about the dreaming, if you are still with me, Bradley. Okay. Hate to pick on you, Bradley, but you did put your name up there, so thank you for that. Another thing about the dreaming, if you are not up here, working out your spiritual stuff, then your consciousness may be part of a team of people that are spiritually battling. I know that sounds weird and far-fetched and sci-fi-ish, but it's true. And I made an announcement a couple weeks ago that I'm going to be sharing more of things that I know to be true that I've been holding back for years because I didn't think people were ready to hear it. So another truth bomb. But I'm going to tell you from the bottom of my heart, if you doubt anything I say, prove it for yourself. Prove it or disprove it. And if you disprove me, call me or email me, because if I'm wrong, I want to know. But I've been studying this stuff for 20 years, a little bit before I graduated. And, I'm doing the best I can to shout it out from the rooftops. I only have a couple thousand followers, and that's a drop in the bucket when it comes to the number of people just in the U.S. alone. But anyway. Okay. Another thing I'd like for you to do. So, make goals for yourself every day. Set a schedule. If you can't, make a mission. Right? That's the number 2 thing. Number 3 thing, I'd like for you to draw closer to God's Spirit or Source. So whatever way that works for you. Oh, thank you. Somebody told me I'm awesome. Thank you, Susie. That means a lot right now. Helps me keep going. And I'm not sure how you connect to God's Spirit or Source. Some people do it through a special book. Some people do it through the Bible. Some people do it through the Bhagavad Gita. Whatever, the Torah, the Mishnah, whatever it is you are connected with. I'm going to ask you to increase that and find something uplifting to say every single day. Print it out, write it out, cut it out, post it in the bathroom, or you're going to see it in the morning, put it by your bedside. Because you're going to need it. Your conscious mind needs reminding of why it's here. Your conscious mind needs reminding of being loved. Oh, I'm getting a bunch of hearts. Thank you for the love. Oh, thank you. So what happens for me is with these frequency waves going up and down and up and down and up and down, it's hard enough. But right now we're getting blast. So it's like blast of electromagnetic frequency. Everybody's freaking out. World isn't good. And then it stops. And we think we're okay. And back and forth. I'd like for you to begin to journal those. Put the date and how you're feeling. If it's hour to hour, I talked to another person today. It says, is it possible for me to feel great in the morning and terrible at night and great in the morning? Yeah, it's possible. But begin to note those things. And then when you're having those moments where you're feeling down, make sure you take a note of why you're feeling down. Now, if you're living with somebody and you're saying, so-and-so irritated the fire out of me, you might want to be careful about how you word that. You don't want to offend them or hurt their feelings. But it's important to look at that, because if I blow up at my daughter because I'm angry within myself, which is not right, but it happens, we're all human, then not only do I apologize to her, but I look at what made me be upset at that moment. Because those things, ladies and gentlemen, the desired outcome is that you journal them and you look at them, because that is what is happening in your heart and your mind that is not of pure God, source, spirit. And in order for you to ascend, in order for you to be closer to God's Spirit as source, in order for you to be more protected, more shielded, and hear directly what's being spoken to you, then you've got to have a clear channel and another clear channel. So if your heart and your mind are not open because they're so full of crap, that's on you. That's not on God's Spirit or source. You got gunk in your plumbing, and you got to get some liquid plumber in there quick. Because the way I'm getting it is we're going to come out of the coronavirus, and it's going to be okay for a while. But what I'm understanding is depending on how many people have a good high consciousness and a positive consciousness, we will re-enter something like this in another 5 years. If we don't, it'll be another 10 years. But when that happens, the spiritual battle will be huge. And if you don't have the shields and the tools and the skills to deal with it and have been practicing for a while, you are going to be cooked. No, I'm getting some hearts. Thank you. And some thumbs up. Thank you for that. So, that's why I'm coming on here. And I used to be on Vimeo and I did weekly updates and not a lot of people were getting them. And so I'm coming back here now to give more free content and be more of service, because I would rather have the truth out there, or what I perceive the truth to be, and for people to be stirred up on fire. And if you're at home looking at what I'm presenting, then not. Okay? If you were following me on Vimeo, I was maybe getting, just a few dollars every month from that, and that's great. But it's more worth it to me that every single solitary soul that can possibly be reached and helped right now be helped. That's where it's at for me, because I love people from the bottom of my heart. And yes, there's some people watching who know me personally and they've seen me lose it. And I get angry and my feelings get hurt and I act like a silly, human person. I don't walk on water, at least not yet. Anybody want to come over and practice? That was my best Wednesday joke. Okay. Oh yeah, it's Tuesday. Anyway. Okay. So the mission is going to get you out of bed every day. And I really don't care what that mission is. The mission could be getting up and taking a shower. Ooh, thank you for the hearts. The mission could be getting up and having a drink of water and putting clothes on. Because I know some people have depression really bad right now. But I have another mission to challenge you with. Here is something that I'm going to challenge you with. Whether you're working or whether you're at home all day, I'm going to ask you to make a list of 4 friends. At the top of your list, I want you to start with the oldest friend first. 4 friends. Do you remember, if you're old enough, in the old days when they'd have like a Tupperware party and tell you to write down your friends' names and phone numbers and they'd give you a special prize and then they'd call everybody? Make a list of 4 people that you know. Start with the oldest ones first. If you're a member of a church, get, a member list of the older people. And every day, I'd like for you to call 4 people. No texting, that's BS. Call them. If you don't want to be on the phone all day, I know some people hate talking on the phone, set your timer for 7 minutes. Call 4 people every day, 4 days a week. Keep it at 4s. And say, hi, how are you doing? You doing okay? And then listen to what they have to say. If you need to set your timer, so you're not on all day. I know I did it one day and I spent 40 minutes talking to one person, But that's the best way I know how. It's one of the best tools to get out of your own misery, is to be of service to others and spread that light. If that's all you got, that's all you got. Okay? Moving along. So, the high-pitched whine, that's, like I said, it's the God tone. And so you are literally getting messages from God, Spirit, or Source. And even though you consciously can't process it, it's going to end up telling you to do things. And you're going to do things and receive blessings for it. It may tell you to drive down, the road. It may tell you to, go to the store and get toilet paper. I don't know. But it will tell you something. And it's not your ego. It is a movement. And God is tuning you up. So when the time comes where there may be danger in your neighborhood or up ahead, you'll be diverted from it and you'll be protected. So if you're not tuned up and you can't hear it, that's your own bad, right? It's not God's problem. It's yours. So you got to get it straight. My favorite thing to do is to read the book of Psalms. There's some beautiful songs in there that talk about leaping and dancing and praising the Lord and, stuff like that. If that doesn't work for you, find something that does. Oh, hi, Polly. Let's see what else. Oh, yes. So, the trouble sleeping. Sometimes we have trouble sleeping physically because we haven't done anything all day. We haven't exercised. We haven't gone anywhere and we're not exhausted, so we have trouble going to bed. I get that. But we also have trouble sleeping on the days that the electromagnetic frequency is so high that it's stimulating our brains where we can't sleep. So another tool I would like to give you is not only to have a mission, but to have an evening routine. One of my ex-roommates in college used to have a routine because she had severe depression. And in order to get to bed on time, she had to have an evening routine. So every night at 6:30, she had her dinner. And at 7 o'clock, she started, getting ready for bed. And, all the things that she did to get ready to bed to take care of her body. She had a regimen she did every single night, and she did it without fail. And when you do that, that begins to build neural pathways in the brain, and it will become more habitual for you and easier. I hope that makes sense. And I think, I know I've gone a little bit long tonight, but those are some other tools. And so if you would like to have more tools, like I said, I wrote out a whole bunch of tools that I'm going to be sharing over on my other webpage. This webpage is called the Sensitive Fight Club. And the reason for it is I wanted to talk more to highly sensitive and empathic people in terms I understood. This page is lovingly about that, but it's also about angel readings, and it's also about talking to your guides, and there's a lot of stuff going on. And so since we need a really high emphasis to get as many people trained as possible, as quickly as possible, you may not have 5 years. I don't know. I'm teaching over on the Sensitive Fight Club. I'm going to be doing some little sections in there, little segments for free for you to learn. So you can either go, if you're on Facebook, right up here and type in the Sensitive Fight Club, or you can go to toolsofenergyprotection.com and click on Sensitive Fight Club. There's a big old piece of soap up there that you can click on. Okay, Melina says, where do I find that page? Okay, Melina, on Facebook, type the sensitive, actually it might just be Sensitive Fight Club. Hold on. I'll do it right now. Yeah, just type SENSITIVE, Sensitive Fight Club. And it'll pop up in your Facebook search engine. If you can't find it there, go to toolsofenergyprotection.com. And once you get over there, on the very top, when you get over to the home page there, you go to the very top, it'll say Fight Club in the center column. There's 3 columns: Personal Sessions, Fight Club, and then the Spiritual Awakening Academy. If you are ready to find out more about, you're welcome. Yes, you're welcome. Okay, if you would like to find out more about why you have the high-pitched whine in your ear, because, let's get back here to our lovely Bradley. Bradley, you either hear things people don't hear, see things people don't see, or you know things people don't know, or you get feelings. And that's because you've been given gifts. You've been given spiritual gifts. And then because of those gifts, once you know where they are, your life is going to be a lot easier than it is right now. Because you'll know what messages you're receiving, how you're receiving them, and how to act on them. Some people tell me that their shielding technique they've had for years isn't working anymore. Welcome aboard. That started happening to me a couple weeks before all the poo-poo started hitting the fan. And I just thought, I thought maybe there was a new level of demon. Well, there was, but it wasn't exactly what I was thinking. So, meditating. Meditating is one of the most important ways to connect to God's Spirit or Source. It is opening up your channel, high-pitched whine or not. A lot of people tell me, I don't know how to meditate, or meditation is too hard, or there's so many forms to choose from. Ladies and gentlemen, I have come up with a series of classes to teach you how to spiritually awaken. Like I said, I've been doing this for years. I know the steps. I would love to teach you. I've been spiritually gifted my whole life. I've been studying and clearing energies. I'm working with all kinds of things for 20 years, professionally for 13. If you're on Facebook after this, go up to the top of my Facebook feed. You'll see testimonials up there of what people feel about how I work. I don't know how to do a Facebook Live and have somebody come on and do a testimonial, sorry. Anyway, so this is what I'm going to be teaching this Saturday. I taught this last Sunday. I had my inaugural class. Everybody seemed to get a lot of information. And not only did I get them signed up, but I gave them an additional Q&A session because I wanted them to be able to practice for a couple weeks and come back and ask questions. And I'm going to be offering that again this Saturday. So if you would like to learn how to meditate, if you'd like to learn more about what that high-pitched whine is actually telling you, what you're hearing, how do you decipher it, how do you get into your consciousness, and what do you do with it, then sign up. Because the class itself, if I'm not mistaken, let me click on it real quick. This class that I'm teaching in 3 legs is something that I taught years and years ago, but I taught it as one package of a 3.5-day class. And there's a gal actually on here tonight that took that class. But I taught it in 3.5 days, $500 class, and they came in one person and out the other. The only problem was they came in like this, and they got spiritually uplifted, and they stayed that way for several months, and then life gets busy, and then they went right back down again. So if I'm going to get you trained, I'm going to get you lifted up. I'm going to show you how to soar. I'm going to show you how to wield a shield. I'm going to show you how to take care of things when it gets a little rough. And trust me, I have seen the rough side of things. Ladies and gentlemen, I have stared a demon, a literal literal demon, in the eyeballs. And they were not made of flesh and blood. And I came out the other side alive. So if I can do that, you can do it. You just have to know how. And you can take years to study it. You can go read all the books you want. You can go learn with whoever you want to. But I'm telling you, I'm going to get you there as fast as I can. And I'm going to make sure that you know what you're doing. And if you sign up for this class and you do what I tell you for 30 days and you document it, you know what you did each day, and you come back and tell me I'm full of it, I will give you your money back. And I so much wanted, more people dropped off. And I so much desire to teach you that instead of a $500 class in 3.5 days, I'm breaking this up into 3 bits. And until I close the door, which may be next week, I don't know yet, this one class is $45. $45. And it's not because it's not worth more. It's because my client base goes anywhere from people that are a millionaire all the way down to people that have to save up their SSI just to work with me. And that's why it's so low. Because I desire to teach as many as I can. And I'm not looking for kudos for that. I'm just being real because my business mentor said I needed to triple that price because people wouldn't think that it was valuable if it was that low. And she could be right. But at the moment, I know a lot of people are freaking out about money. So let's get it and get it done. Now, I'm going to try to back being Levy. Anyway, okay, and then I'll take a few questions. I see down in the feed people are answering questions, so I will finish up. And again, I appreciate you all being on so long. So, if you come this Saturday, this is Tier 1 of the Spiritual Awakening Academy. It's called Power. Desired outcome, you take your power back. Right now, people are being mind screwed by the news media, by what they think is going on, by being afraid to go to the grocery store and even get food. You know, I mean, seriously, people have eating disorders already. But if you're fearful to even go down to the store to get a basic need, really? What kind of havoc is that playing on people, you know? And yes, I get it's a very real situation. One of the ladies who joined me on the last Spiritual Awakening Academy works in the front lines. She's a nurse. She sees this stuff every day, and it's very real. So I'm not making light of it. I'm just telling you that what's being given to us on the media is a mind screw. And it's hard. And your patterns have been disrupted, and that's hard. And you're having to live with people 24/7 that you really would rather not, in small, confined spaces, and that's challenging. So if you are looking for, some way out, get over here to the Spiritual Awakening Academy. Let's get your spidey senses going, and it'll give you something to work on. And so you won't have to sit here and just go, ooh, all day. All right? Loving suggestion. Anyway, here's the deal. Power. That's the first level. Taking your power back. If you're going to take your power back, you need an arsenal. In that arsenal is an easy to practice meditation. I'm going to tell you about several and give you the easiest one. Anybody can do it. I'm going to give you actionable steps towards your physical health, because that's paramount. If you are sick, if your immune system's lowered, by worry, by not having the right things and the right knowledge, you're going to go down as well. So let's talk about that. I'm going to give you a shield upgrade. People are telling me their shields are not good. I'm going to give you a shield upgrade. I'm also going to teach you how to set soul goals. Okay? It's important that your soul has goals right now, or you're going to end up getting distracted by the shiny objects of the dark side. Worry about this, worry about that. The market's up, the market's down, the this is that. It's what's going to happen is going to happen. And you watching it and worrying about it and helping any. Then we're going to talk about identifying your spiritual gifts. So if you know what your gifts are, you're a lot more able to wield them. If you don't know what they are, it's like walking around in the dark. And the dark has you if you don't know what your gifts are. So let's uncover those together. And I'm going to give you some power activations. Some beautiful power activations that you can say every morning and every night before you go to bed to set your mind so that you can deal. Okay? So that's a little bit more powerful than I want it to be, but I'm just a little tiny bit edgy because there's so much going on. And, I've been preaching for years about this, and the time is here. It's not near, it's here. So are you with me? You come into the Sensitive Fight Club, you're going to get a little bit more information. It won't be there tonight, but tomorrow I'm going to start putting stuff out there to help people. I had to write it out. It takes work. And like I said, it's $45. It's not going to break you. But it might make your spiritual life. Okay? As soon as those people that have taken the class will give me a little feedback, I'll share that. Bradley, I look forward to seeing you. Hopefully you'll come and be with me. Let's see her. Let's see if anybody wrote in here. Hi, Angie. Let's see. Melina found the page. How do you know you have spiritual gifts? Monica! Thank you for the question. All right, Monica. It's kind of a tough question, but I'll do the best I can. When I was little, Hang on, gotta get a drink. When I was little, Monica, I knew things that I thought all the other kids knew. You know, if we were going to get an extra 20 minutes at recess, I knew it before the teacher announced it. And I just thought it was kind of weird that she'd announce it because didn't everybody already know? I knew if 2 kids in school were secretly going out and nobody else was supposed to know. I knew. And I thought everybody else knew. And so I would say something to somebody and then I'd get in trouble because I wasn't supposed to know that. Monica, do you sometimes get feelings about other people and you just know that they're not really a good person, or maybe you need to get out of a library or something really quickly and you leave and then you find out something happened there? Not that I want to put that on libraries, but have you ever been there? I mean, I've been in a shopping center before and just left because it didn't feel right. And then later I found out that, one of the places in the mall got robbed and I would have been right there. So those are the ways that they're just little subtle things that you have that other people don't seem to have. I hope that makes sense to you. Oh, Becky. Becky says, great class. Thank you. See, there's one testimonial. All right. Rachel, well done, class. Great. I'm so glad that I'm being of service. Hi, Gloria. Good to have you on tonight. And Becky says, will you be teaching the pendulum class again? Yes, that is actually part of, I'll teach it separately or a la carte, but it won't be for a while because that's part of the Spiritual Awakening Academy now. That's tier 2. So that will be everybody that's now completed tier 1. You're welcome, Monica. Everybody that's done tier 1 and gotten the arsenal, tier 2 is going to involve the dowsing. Just very simple dowsing and some other stuff as well to get you ready, because once you can douse, you can get answers. Okay, here's one more thing. I was almost ready to get off, but I want to tell you this too. Several more things. Okay, so if you would like to get your spiritual gifts together, if you would like to connect better spiritually, if you'd like to understand who you are in space and time and get those things going, go to toolsofenergyprotection.com. And I made it very, very simple. At the very top of the website, on the addresses there, or the links, whatever you call them, Spiritual Awakening Academy is Embrace Power is number 1. If you're on a cell phone, then when you go to the 3 little lines, it'll be the first one. Go in there and sign up and get your spot, because I care about my students and I want everybody to be able to feel comfortable and ask questions. I limit my classes to 20 people. That's it. Because after that, I don't have a good control of my classroom and being able to answer all questions and give everybody equal attention. Does that make sense? So 20 is the limit. Boom, done. So get a seat fast, because it's this Saturday. This is Tuesday, and I don't know how many people have signed up already. So you want to get on it. Don't have a second thought about it. If you feel like you want to upgrade your shields, if you want to know what your goals are, if you want to get extra protection, if you're tired of feeling this up and down nonsense and crying at the drop of a hat, then get yourself signed up. If you don't, it's your own fault. Truth bomb. All right. Personal sessions. The second way I can help you is, some of you here, really your desired outcome is you just want a reading, or you want some help. You want to understand what's going on for you, and you really don't want to explore the spiritual gifts. I love you too, right? Because some of us just need help. We don't want to take the other stuff on. So if you go to toolsofenergyprotection.com and click on personal sessions and you scroll down, you're going to find 2 things. On the top, you're going to find discounted sessions, right? For those of you that need help, that are financially a little tight. The second one is angel readings. Those of you that have been wanting to know, what is my angel saying? What's it telling me to do? Should I move? Should I stay put? Will my family be safe? Am I going to keep my job? Am I going to get another job? Any of those questions. Right now, the angels, that's another reason the high-pitched whine is so high, because all the angels are talking constantly to us, to all of us, whether we listen or whether we don't. So if you'd like to get an angel reading, that is also under personal sessions. And I have one that says book online, and it'll take you right to the angel readings. You can find the time that you like. And here's the last. I saved the best for last. Is everybody ready? I have been told by several people, and especially on Facebook, that they would love to talk to me. They have never met me. They haven't seen me at For Heaven's Sakes books. And their desire is to get some help, but they just want to know what kind of help they need. And so they aren't coming to me because they say, I want to know what kind of help I need before I set a session. So, tools up, energyprotection.com. Click on personal sessions, go to the bottom, and I have a link that said, let's meet for virtual coffee. And it's free. Okay? So if you know you need help, but you're not sure what kind of help you need, Monica, if you want to talk about your spiritual gifts and you're not sure what kind of training you need, then go to the website, click on Let's Meet for Virtual Coffee. There's no charge for it, and I have several times that I have available in my schedule. Go sign up, and we'll talk, and we'll see what's happening for you, and I'll give you a little loving nudge. And if it feels comfortable and you want to book a session, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. I'm okay with that. This is a time of love and giving and helping. And that's what I'm here to do, is help as many people as I can. All right. Amalia says, working Saturdays, will this class be offered another day? Amalia, I'm going to tell you, not this time, it will be this Saturday, but in the future, I alternate between Saturdays and Sundays, because I know some people work Saturdays, some people Sundays. But Amalia, if you would, please go on to this page after we're done, go to the top and click on private message. I think there's a link to private message me up there. Send me a Facebook message. And if you will send me the Facebook on a Facebook Messenger, your private email address, I will put you in the list where notifications go out for the classes, so that you will know, and you won't have to wonder coming back here, did she offer it, didn't she? If that works for you, Amalia, if you could give me a thumbs up, I would appreciate it. Okay. Oh, good. There we go. All right. Quickly, if anybody has any questions, again, I thank you for your patience. I do try to be succinct, but I am working with as many clients as I can every day, and also, writing out new things for the academy, and, having a personal life. And it's just a bit exhausting. And if you were here last week and you scroll down in the feed, I think it is last Tuesday. No, actually it's in the photos. So if you go to my Facebook page and look in the photos, there is a picture of the Schumann's resonant frequency and electromagnetics hitting the earth. And if you look at it, what you're going to see is a lot of green, a lot of yellow, and a lot of spikes. And that's not normal. Normally it's like this, and right now it's like this. But if you'd like to get a look at it, that's where it's available. So any other questions? It looks like Amalia was the only one that really had a question there. And again, I encourage you, if you're not sure whether you want to take the Spiritual Awakening Academy, go to my website, toolsofenergyprotection.com, click on personal sessions, go down to number 3, and as fast as you can, make a time for us to get together and talk, because I'm going to put this out on email, and I know they're going to go like that. So Facebook's my first place. Susie, thank you. Bless you too. I appreciate it. Everybody stay safe and loved, and we will see you. I'll be here Tuesday Night Live next Tuesday in the Sensitive Fight Club. I will be posting more than once a week and giving little 5-minute snippets of what to do each day and how to feel better. So if that's what you want, type Sensitive Fight Club or go over to my website. There's a link and you can click on there. Have a great and wonderful night, and big hugs and kisses.